a messy mind. Think I need to help you. I'm gonna try. Cute as hell, baby. Hotter than flames. Wanna burn together in a million ways. Now let me take the lead. Know you wanna play with me. Got secrets you might wanna see. You might wanna see. You might wanna. I know I'm not gonna regret this. Wanna get reckless, put you to the test, yeah. I know I'm not gonna regret this. I wanna get reckless. I wanna get reckless. I wanna get reckless. I wanna get reckless. Couldn't keep your poker face. Before you kept me waiting when I wanted to race. Sweet as hell, baby. You're a sugar rush. I knew you were giving. Temptation was craving. You love it, you hate it. Now let me take the lead. Know you wanna play with me. Got secrets you might wanna see. You might wanna see. You might wanna. Lock the door, zip it off. Kiss my neck when you want more. Scream your name deep in the night. Work your way around my thighs. Explore my hips, my kind of life. I scream your name, I shut it down, 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 down. I know I'm not gonna regret this. Wanna get reckless, but you to the tip.
What's the story, NXT fans? Tonight's topics on the Wrestle Story include
War Raiders return from the dead.
Io Shirai is the next target.
Undisputed Era strikes back.
All that and more on tonight's Wrestle Story. Stay tuned.
Welcome back to the Wrestle Story, where we discuss all things wrestling. The legends of the past, the superstars of the future. We left that. I kind of messed up our intro, didn't I?
You did, but that's okay. Makes me laugh when you do that. Yeah, so we review wrestling. Long story short. We review wrestling. And we stream every Monday after Raw, every Tuesday after SmackDown, and every Wednesday after NXT. We also stream after every pay-per-view, and we do a pre-show, normally the Friday before a pay-per-view to give our predictions. So, with that being said, tonight we are talking about NXT. And, great show. Great show.
NXT always has a great show, so, you know, or 99% of the time they have a great show.
99.9% of the time. There's normally that one NXT right after TakeOver.
Yeah.
It's absolute trash because it's just a bunch of recaps. But, like, everything else is great. Always.
Well, because they create storylines, they stick to them, and they don't... Well, outside of the one that they got with the War Raiders, Viking Experience,
War
whatever
Machine,
they are.
Whatever they are.
Viking Raiders.
Viking Raiders. That's what they are now.
So, you know, with that, you know, outside of that storyline, moving them up to the main roster, I think that they pretty much stick to a storyline and don't deviate from it too much.
Yeah, normally. So, with that being said, tonight's show began with a match. Cool. We have Jackson Riker versus Humberto Carrillo. And this match, it was good. I thought it was a good match. And then it ended up being a disqualification because Riker continued to attack Carrillo outside the ring in the not the lobby. That's not the right word. In the crowd. My oh my. He continued to attack Humberto in the crowd, and so it ended up being a disqualification. And after that, we have Oni Lorcan and Danny Burch who come down to Carrillo's aid, and they have a stare down with the Forgotten Sons. So I'm expecting there to be an Oni Lorcan Forgotten Sons feud. I know they kind of had one before. Like, I
wonder if they're gonna make this like a shocking, like a 6-man tag stuff, with Carrillo and
potentially, yeah.
I mean, that's kind of looks where they could be headed with this. So,
it does.
And Humberto Carrillo's been on
205
Live,
NXT UK, and NXT,
and he's looked really good. So
he really has. So I mean, like he's really good in the ring. So yeah, you could almost expect to see that come out of this because it would make sense.
Yeah, definitely. I think I definitely think it's the way to bring him into a storyline and start him out in NXT like this.
Yeah.
On a positive note.
Yeah. So that was the first match, ended in DQ. Then we have an Adam Cole interview backstage where he was like doing a photo shoot or whatever, and he got asked about the match later in the evening with Roderick Strong versus Johnny Gargano, and why do you think Johnny chose him and not you, and blah 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 blah. And then Matt Riddle comes out to do his photo shoot next, and he's like, Adam Cole's like, what are you laughing at? What are you sitting here smirking at? And he's like, just your drama of your boy band breaking apart. And so, of course Matt Riddle's got to get involved. So we're going to have like an Adam Cole, Matt Riddle rivalry, I'm assuming, would make sense.
Well, it'll be interesting to see where they go with this, just because it seems that Adam Cole is kind of still after Johnny Gargano. And then it looks like he's going to be having some issues with Undisputed Era. So they've kind of got him in possibly a lot of different storylines that they could take him through.
I mean, yeah, which isn't necessarily a bad thing.
No.
Just don't stretch them too thin.
Yeah.
Do them one at a time. Or you can do like the Undisputed Era breaking up while you're doing this because of whatever is happening with Johnny or Riddle or whatever,
Yeah.
You can kind of bounce the Undisputed Era thing off of that. So we have that, and that's all that is. Then we have the next match of the evening. We have my oh my.
Here's the thought. What if they do this? What if they have when they split up, Roderick Strong goes after Gargano, and then you have Matt Riddle and Adam Cole kind of in a feud?
Potentially. I said my theory last week was Roderick Strong would beat Johnny Gargano this week. Roderick Strong would then get a title opportunity. He then goes and wins the title. Adam Cole says, this is not... No, this was supposed to be my spotlight, not yours. I don't know who you think you are, but... Not happening. Roderick Strong doesn't like that, says, nuh-uh. No, this is... I beat Johnny for this. This is my title. This is not your title. And then they break up via that. That is not the way they're going, unfortunately. Darn. Wanted to be right, but I'm not. So, now we don't know how they're going to break them up.
No, but I think that it's coming. It's inevitable. I think that the way they're doing this, it's going to happen.
Yeah. So, very curious to see where that goes. We'll talk a little bit more about Adam Cole and Roderick Strong in a little bit because the match is at the end of the show. But next we have Aliyah and Vanessa Borne, who called out Candice LeRae last week and said, hey, find yourself a tag team partner and we will have a match next week and we will beat you because you're no good. You don't deserve a title opportunity. You don't deserve this. You don't deserve that. We are better than you. So Candice LeRae shows up with no one other than Kacy Catanzaro. Cool. And what's really funny is I was sitting there and I was like, Kacy, mighty Kacy, come on. Makes sense. And then she did. They brought out Kacy Catanzaro and I was like, woohoo! Yeah! I got something right again. So we have Aliyah and Vanessa Borne versus Candice LeRae and Kacy Catanzaro. Great match for the most part. They kind of made Kacy look like trash. She got the crap kicked out of her by both Aliyah and Vanessa Borne, and then Candice LeRae came in and got the win for them. They do that a lot to Catanzaro though, because of like her size and stuff, which I don't like 99.9% of the time. How like much of a trash, like it doesn't look good.
No, it doesn't. But again, this is a good match overall.
It was. Aside from the fact that she got like squished, but it's fine.
Yeah.
She came back from it.
Yeah.
She always does cool stuff in the ring, and I enjoy that. The flips and stuff are really cool. Candice LeRae did like a really cool moonsault from like the second rope, like the actual rope. So it was cool. It's like Ricochet stuff.
Not the fake rope.
No, not the fake rope.
Yeah.
Not the turnbuckle. Not the second turnbuckle.
Yeah.
The second
The rope.
Rope. The literal rope.
Yeah.
She jumped. She did a moonsault off the rope. She's taken lessons from Aleister Black and Ricochet, and they all hang out in a bunch.
Yeah.
Must. They have to, right?
You think so?
So we had that, and Candice LeRae and Kacy Catanzaro ended up getting the win. I think they could go for the tag titles, if I'm being quite honest, because they both they have very similar styles in the ring, and they work well with each other, and so I think they could 100% go for the tag titles at some point in time.
Yeah, definitely. And they even made a comment about, talking about the
titles. They
titles,
said something about the Iconics and how, like, Boss and Hug Connection brought them to NXT, but the Iconics haven't been there yet. And so, expecting to see the Iconics down on NXT sometime soon then?
Yeah. It just seems like they're doing more crossover things with some of the wrestlers, They've done more, I've seen more NXT, or Worlds Collide.
Yeah, there's more of that stuff. There's more of that stuff.
In the last couple weeks. Mm-hmm. So, with all that
going on. And that's with all brands. That's not just NXT 205 Live and NXT UK. They included Raw and SmackDown this time.
And this might be how they, the wrestlers aren't used a lot up on SmackDown and Raw. Could be how they end up using them. So they're not just sitting around doing nothing.
Yeah. I know that Zelina Vega was in a match tonight against Piper Niven, and I kind of want to see how that played out, because I like Zelina Vega. She's got good stuff in the ring. They just don't use her very often, so we'll have to check that out from the Worlds Collide stuff. But that was going on when we were watching NXT.
Yeah.
Because, So, LeRae and Catanzaro end up getting the win, and like I said, they could 100% go for the tag titles. Then we have an Io Shirai interview backstage talking about Kairi saying last week how she got squished by Baszler and her goons. And then, you would never guess who showed up. Baszler and her goons. They showed up backstage, they came up from behind and attacked Io Shirai, shoved her into a box thing.
It was kind of expected.
It was.
It's
It
kind
was
of what
very
they're
expected.
doing right now with them.
She is going to be the next one to get a shot at the titles in singles competition, and she's going to win it.
Definitely agree.
She's going to win it.
Yeah. If she wins it, it's because they're going to do something with Baszler.
I think she's going to win it regardless, whatever they're going to do with her.
So what are they doing with Bianca Belair?
I don't know.
Because I thought they were going to give her a push.
We haven't seen Bianca Belair in a couple weeks, since TakeOver.
She's on Worlds Collide. She was on the Worlds Collide tonight that we...
Yeah, you're right. She had a match with Toni Storm and Nikki Cross. But those were pre-filmed from WrestleMania weekend.
Well, but the fact that they're putting them out there, so...
So, yeah, I don't know, because I did, too. I did also think that they were going to give her a push. Now, whether that was going to be a TakeOver or not, I wasn't sure, but I thought they were going to. Maybe they're going to move her up.
Who knows?
Because
like I said, I don't know what they're going to do with her. I mean, it just seems like looked like they were going to give her a push, and then they've kind of squashed everything she was doing.
She hasn't been on NXT in several weeks, so it makes you wonder. Then we have the next thing after that. We have Kushida. We don't have Kushida. Kushida isn't on there. We have William Regal, who is backstage talking about Kushida making his debut next week. And then Cassius Ohno comes up and is like, oh, yeah, Kushida, cool. Why didn't I get this special treatment when I debuted, or blah, 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 blah. And then he was like, you know what, fine, you want a match with Kushida? Fine, here you go. You will have a match with Kushida next week when he makes his debut. So, next week, expect to see Kushida versus Cassius Ohno.
Definitely.
It'll be a good match.
Again, why this is kind of bringing Cassius Ohno back over from
NXT
and he was even wearing an NXT UK shirt. So are they going to bring him back to NXT, or is this going to be part of the crossover stuff?
I don't know. He's been getting his butt whooped on NXT UK recently. He looks like trash.
He was getting his butt whooped like before he went over to NXT. So,
he was.
Or UK, so.
He was.
It's nothing new.
It isn't, but he was like, oh, fresh new start. Gonna go whip some people. But then he ended up being the one getting whooped.
Yeah.
So it did not turn out that way for him. So Kushida versus Cassius Ohno next week. Look forward to that. Next we have the much anticipated match of Street Profits versus the War Raiders.
I understand these are like pre-filmed and things like that. But the fact they're still using the War Raiders knowing that they were going to change their name, and now they've changed their name twice. So if anybody that watches this is going, what?
War Raiders.
And so, and now it'll be interesting to see, because I thought they were going to have them lose the titles tonight.
Yeah, so did I.
So it'll be interesting to see. I guess I kind of gave away the winner. War Raiders end up getting the win.
They do. Street Profits attacked them before the match even gets started. They jumped on them.
Yeah.
And it was exciting. It was exciting. I will agree.
I just thought they would.
I will say it was exciting.
Yeah. I thought they were going to have them lose the titles tonight since they've been up on the main show.
Well, then who are they waiting to give the titles to then?
I don't know. I'm not sure what they're doing with this.
Well, I was going to say Undisputed Era, but that makes no sense if they're going to split them up.
Well, now the question becomes...
Do they have the Street Profits win them, but they didn't want them to win them tonight?
I don't know.
So they get another opportunity, or... What
does anybody think about the War Raiders keeping the titles?
Because I'm just trying to think of who they would then lose them to. If they aren't going to lose them to Street Profits, what other tag teams from NXT do you have?
I don't know, but why are you? I mean, that's just.
I know you have tag teams and stuff, but like big name tag teams that you would want to put your titles on.
I don't know. But you have them up on the main roster now, and why are you having them on the main roster and then still as NXT champions?
I don't know. I really don't know. But I'm kind of curious to see where they go with it, because it would be expected and everybody would be thinking that they're going to lose their tag titles tonight because they're going to the main show.
You know what I think is probably going to happen?
What?
I think NXT is going to get a show on mainstream TV soon.
Yes.
Like within the next 6 to 9 months. And it just hasn't been announced yet. And there's going to be a lot of cross-promotion between NXT, Raw, and SmackDown.
I could see that happening.
Just based off of, what we've seen happen over the last couple months.
Yes.
I could see them doing that.
I could very well see them doing that.
So.
I could.
Oh,
well, you have Marcel Barcel and whatever his tag team partner's name is. It's slipping my mind right now. But you have them. I guess they could go for the titles. You have the Forgotten Sons, but I really don't want to see the titles put on the Forgotten Sons, if I'm being quite honest. Not my idea of a good time. Oni Lurkin and Danny Burch are another potential tag team, I guess. But it just doesn't make sense to me.
No, there's not.
Why would you not put the titles on?
Well, and maybe that's the plan. Maybe they're going to put them on the Street Profit, and maybe they're going to move the Street Profits up. I mean, but I don't understand why they have the War Raiders not losing the titles tonight.
Better yet, why are we still calling them the War Raiders?
Well, because this was taped earlier,
well,
and
that's
apparently
dumb.
They didn't decide to
but
change the name.
But last week, what I don't understand is last week they called them the Viking Experience.
Yeah, in a promo.
They did. And then this week they come out and they're the flippin' War Raiders.
Yeah.
So
I don't know.
What are we doing?
It's kind of anybody that watches,
Everybody makes fun of it.
Unless you pay attention to it and you know what's going on.
Was to have them be the joke, the laughing stock of the main roster, the guys whose names have been changed 30,000 times.
Well, it's for people that don't follow wrestling. like religiously.
They're gonna be like, oh yeah, so cool. They're that tag team War Raiders, and then like the next time they see them on TV or whatever, they're gonna be like the Viking Experience, and they're gonna be like, huh?
Yeah.
I thought those guys were the War Raiders.
So,
but they're not. So it's who knows. So yeah, War Raiders retain, which was kind of shocking. Wasn't expecting that.
No, definitely not expecting that.
So now it's just a matter of where they go with it. Next we have a Mia Yim interview, how she talks about wanting to be the champ, and she's like, yeah, Shayna did what she needed to do, I guess. She took out Kyrie. Kyrie is no longer able to have a shot at the NXT Women's Championship. She took out Io Shirai, as it had just been shown earlier. She took out Bianca Belair, who thinks that she's still undefeated, but Shayna Baszler beat her. That's not how I would be champ. I wouldn't attack people from behind for no good reason. But, you know, what do I know? I just want the championship. She also could be in the limelight for a championship opportunity. She's really good in the ring. She's good on the mic. I like Medium a lot.
Definitely.
She's really good. So, you know, I think she deserves it, and she should get a title opportunity and be focused on more. So then they have more of the women talent, like, you know, brought up being big, because they have Shayna right now. They had Kyrie. She's gone. They have Io right now, but for how long? Till she moves up. They have Bianca for how long? Till she moves up.
Yeah.
They lost Lacey. They lost Nikki Cross. So, like, a lot of their big name female talent is gone or could potentially be going. So,
yeah, like I said,
they have to just build up some more.
Well, I think we're looking at a lot of crossover happening here soon.
Yeah. So we need to kind of build up some more of the women's division, I think, to get more opportunities out there. So that's my 2 cents on that. Then we get to the main event, the final thing of the show. Johnny Gargano versus Roderick Strong.
Get another solid match.
It was very good.
But I don't think both of these guys, I don't think, really have bad matches. And as you know, as we said earlier in chat, that, you know, NXT is always the best, or 99% of the time is the best of the 3 shows during the week. The wrestling down there is a lot better than what you see on the main events sometimes. I should say the main roster.
Because the main event. Main event. Let's not get started talking about main event.
The storylines are better. And so, you know, I think that tonight was a solid show, I think.
It really was. So, you know, again, Johnny Gargano, Roderick Strong always have amazing matches. So, match gets going, and we're all good. And then Johnny is about to put the finisher on, or his finisher, is about to put on his submission onto Strong. And then Adam Cole comes down and kind of distracts him, so he stands up, he comes over and is like, oh, blah, 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 blah. And then, did you like that?
He was a turkey?
Yeah, he was a turkey.
Gobbling?
Yeah. So, Adam Cole and the Undisputed Era, they come out, they distract Johnny, but then Matt Riddle comes out and attacks the other 2 members of Undisputed Era. Then Cole accidentally kicks Roddy upside the head, thinking that it was Johnny.
Well, it's...
My dude, you went wrong there.
Yeah.
I can't believe you would do that.
Well, it's just more...
How could you do that?
Well, this is how I think they're setting up Undisputed Era to be split up.
I stood up and I was like, Adam, you idiot. Check before you kick people. Just.
Yeah. I think this is how they're splitting them up. They're going to have these 2, and maybe it's not Adam Cole that ends up leaving. Maybe it's Roderick Strong that goes off and gets the push by himself, and Adam Cole stays with the other 2 as the Undisputed Era.
I kind of would like Adam to break off. I mean, like, I'd be fine with if Roderick broke off, because I think that'd be good for him. But, like, I really want it to be Adam that breaks off, because I think it'd make for a better storyline. If they do it right.
But he's seen as being, like, the head guy.
He might, but then if Roderick Strong kind of gets into that position where he keeps getting all the matches and all the attention and blah 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 blah, and Johnny is not focused on Adam and he's focused on Roderick, then he's no longer like the leader figure, and he doesn't like that, and so he leaves.
He might.
It goes back to my whole theory before where I said if Roderick won, then he gets a title opportunity.
Yeah.
He wins the title. Adam doesn't like that. Adam walks away. Says, well, this is not what you signed up for and what I signed up for. No. This is not what was supposed to happen. I'm supposed to be the big champ. You can be the tag champ. Yeah. But I get the big belt, not you. So it goes back to that. Why couldn't you have just done it that way? Maybe Roderick will still get a title shot. Who knows?
I think he's going to get a shot anyway. I think it's just going to be a matter of when and how they do it and whether they are together as the Undisputed Era or not. I mean, ultimately, I think that's the way it's going to be.
Or maybe he gets a shot and Adam is the reason he doesn't win because he costs him the match because he doesn't want him to become champ.
Or maybe he becomes champ and Adam challenges him.
One of the two ways, yeah.
I mean, like I said, there's a lot of ways they could go with this.
And then that would break Roderick away from him if they did it that way, where Adam cost him the match and didn't want to see him as champ because he thought that should have been him. He cost him the match, and then Roderick is like, dude, we were supposed to be like brothers, like. We weren't supposed to do this. What are you even doing? And then he breaks away. He's like, this is ridiculous. I can believe you'd do something like that, but I can't believe you would do that after everything that we've worked for, and you talk about us wanting to have all the gold, and then he leaves.
Well, I think they're going to split up. It's just a matter of when and how they're going to do it.
And who.
And who's going to leave, yeah. Mm-hmm.
So, Johnny then gets the win after Cole kicks Roderick. And then the Undisputed Era stares each other. Well, it's really just Adam and Roderick. They kind of stare each other down, and Bobby Fish and Kyle O'Reilly are like, don't do anything you'll regret. Don't be stupid. And so you can just see Adam mouthing, I'm sorry. I didn't know that was you. I didn't know it was you. I'm sorry. And Roderick is like, it's fine. Whatever. Like, let's just go.
Yeah.
It's fine.
Yep.
You didn't do anything. I mean, you did do something, but, like, it's fine.
For now.
Yeah, for now. Let's just get out of here.
Yep.
So, then they walk off, and that's where we are left with the show. So it leaves you wondering a lot of stuff for next week.
Yeah, we'll see where they go. Of course, there's so much that can change. Obviously, we've seen that happen a lot in the last, month and a half with different things changing.
Yeah.
We'll see where they take this storyline, see how they get it going.
Yeah.
Again, you know what? Tonight's NXT was the best of the three shows by far. Not even close. They've got the storylines. They've got everything going. And now they just need to kind of fill in with some spots because you have people that see how things go. And I think that pretty much covers it for tonight.
Yeah, I think so.
If you ever have any questions for us, leave us comments so we can answer them.
Yeah.
If you ever, just want to talk about something or have a question that you want us to answer on stream, let us know. We'll answer. With that,
we'll be back next Monday for Raw. Very curious and excited to see where we go from here, leading into Money in the Bank, which is in like 3 weeks, 4 weeks.
Yeah, I don't know.
Something like that.
Yeah.
It's May. I'll check the date. Who knows? I'll figure it out. But so we have that to look forward to. We have, all the matches, Money in the Bank matches. On Monday on Raw, we're supposed to get the competitors from the Raw side for the men's Money in the Bank at least to be announced. So I'm curious to see who they put in there. You have any predictions on who they might put in?
No, because I don't know where they're going with everything they've shaken up and who's going to be doing what for sure. So
maybe Miz will be put in.
It might be.
Try and stray him away from Shane.
Might.
Then they pick it back up at SummerSlam.
Yeah.
Maybe they don't pick it up at all. who knows? But yeah. So we'll be back on Monday.
With that, peace out.
Peace.
We will see you Monday.